Mayday, how you doing? Bobby Dirkens here. Well, if you are a true American college football fan like myself, this is a pretty horrible time of the year. I'm sorry. I know a bunch of you out there, you're jonesing on the World Cup and acting like you love soccer so much. You know why? You're in denial. Because college football is still like 7 to 8 weeks away. I'm with you. I'm just not wasting my time. The NBA Finals was over, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago. We really don't care about that. And baseball, packing 5,000 games into a season. You know, the game where the umpire will actually stop the game so the pitcher can step off the rubber and scratch himself, and that actually is kosher. I don't care about it. I'm ready for football. Whew, that was powerful. Well, there is a fellow Clemson fan named Pigskin Pete. Pigskin, good job. You just did a video I highly agree with. I don't know if because you and I live near the nuclear station, maybe, I don't know, it's putting off too much radiation, we're both about to die. Maybe toilets are flushing backwards or we're drinking the same water. Pigskin did a great video, and by the way, you need to go check him out. Pigskin Pete. I don't know him, but I just follow him. Pigskin Pete did a video on why we should have a 6-team college football playoff. Now, between you and I agree we need more teams in it. You say, Bobby, why? I'll tell you why. Because we've had 2 teams, Ohio State about 3 or 4 years ago, and then Alabama this past year, that had they not got in, they would have never had the shot at winning the national championship. And guess what happened? They won the national championship. That tells you we need to make the field wider. He did a great job. He wants 6. Bobby here's a little greedy. I want 8. So go check out his video. But I'm going to tell you why I believe we should have an 8-game college football playoff. The objections to this always comes in the forms of, we can't do that. We can't do that. Well, let me go back to the time before we even had the computer picking who played for the national championship. Let's go back years ago when number 1 could play number 4, and if number 4 won, somehow they won the national championship. Even if number 2 beat number 3 and they won the game, even by 50 points, number 4 would still be named the national champion. Y'all remember that time? It happened for years, and it was extremely confusing. Then we moved on to the BCS system, to where the computer took, win, strength schedule, all this bunch of stuff. We're sitting there going, yeah, I don't buy that. But it gave us something. And you had all the suits and ties sitting on there. They had law degrees and everything. They were sitting there. They had more letters after their name than the alphabet. They're missing only LMNOP. And they're sitting there telling us, oh, we can't do this. So let Bobby Dirkens here, who grew up with a cow pasture in the front yard, let me tell you why they couldn't do it. It's called contracts. It's called somebody was making money with a buddy of theirs. It was called, this will be too much trouble for me and my cushy job. All I want to do is earn my paycheck and not really figure out how to make things better. I know it sounds like I'm a pessimistic buffoon from the back side of the woods. Maybe that's true, but I'm right. And then guess what happened? We present to you a 4-team playoff. And now I'm better than you, and you, and you, and yes, you. We knew that this thing could be possible for a long time. And we had the people on the inside telling all of us that it was not possible. It didn't work out. How would we set this thing up? I always mess this up, but I always call it Division 1AA. I know it has a new name. I think it's like a bowl championship series. They've been having a playoff for quite a while now. So, here's what I want to tell you. Here's what I think should happen. First of all, how many people here with thumbs and pointing at yourself remember the time when any major college football team only played 11 games during the regular season? This guy, and probably you too. It was only in the past, 5, 6, 7 years that we've added a 12th game. And we're all sitting there going, we finally get more college football. I'm one of them, until I realize what's going on. Just follow me here. I'm sitting here looking at the first 3 weeks of Clemson's football schedule. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, after you get to looking at it, you'll agree with me. First week, we played the local Furman Paladins. Furman's over in the Travelers Rest area of Greenville. If you don't know this area, go Google it. It's their local school. I can understand. I know the small schools, how the small schools going to make their money games. There you go. We can make their money game. Next week, we play at Texas A&M against our old buddy Jimbo Fisher. No matter where you go, you can't get away from us, and we can't get away from you. And then, on September the 15th, back in the Death Valley, guess who comes to town? Is it a big roaring foe? Is it an in-conference, inter-division rival? No, it's the Georgia Southern Eagles. We don't have to play them. And from what I can remember, they are Division I now. They can go to a bowl game. That's our 12th game. I know, if you count in a row, it's our 3rd game, but that's our 12th game. Because the rest of the games after that, from what I'm looking at, is conference. And then at the end of the season, we get to, I don't know, go grab the Gamecock, look at them in their face and go, once again, we're better than you. We are. We are. You could win for the next 20 years and we still have a winning record against you. But the truth is, we don't have to have that Georgia Southern game. So the small school, Furman, they get their money game. We all know how that works. You know, the small schools play the big schools, even though they're going to get the crap beat out of them. And it's going to work. Well, what about the Michigan game, Bobby? What about the Michigan game when Appalachian State went up there and played and they beat them? Let me go ahead and tell you this. And I'm just sorry, it says the truth. Appalachian State goes up and play even the modern-day Michigan team that is struggling. They're still going to get beat more times than not. That's just the truth. That's the reason everybody went nuts. See, if they turn water into wine all the time, that's the new norm. That's not a miracle. You turn water into wine once, it's a miracle. And that's what they did. And that's why we remember it. Because if Appalachian State beat Michigan all the time, guess what? We wouldn't care anymore. So there you go. So you take that one game away, go back to 11-game season, play our conference championship. You can keep divisions. You can do away with divisions. It doesn't matter. You can keep them. And you turn around. I remember, how many people remembers when the national championship used to be played between the 3rd and 5th or 6th day of the year? Me? I do. And then all of a sudden, we got the college football playoff. And we started moving out that national championship game out to what? The 11th, 12th day of the year? Somewhere around there, give or take a day. I do. Now, I'm excited just like you. We get more college football. Oh, the greatest thing, last time I felt this good was when I'm making out with my high school girlfriend in the back of the Bass Pro Shop. But the thing is, we could either move this thing up the week before or give even another week of college football to the 18th. I knew so. Well, Bobby, they've got, you know, Bobby, come on. Come on, you're wanting too much out of these youngins. Am I? We just shaved a game off of the year, and the playoff is already adding 2 games if they make it to college football. Actually, I didn't. I just matched what they're already playing, just in a different time frame. I know that was too much. Had to pull my socks off to figure this one up. So here we go. If we keep it at 8, not 10, I don't want 10 teams. And can you imagine number 16 playing number 1? Yeah, is it possible they'll win? Yeah, I agree. Maybe, but not likely. Take the top 8. The top 8 would include no more of these, oh, we got to jump this team to get them in because they had a tougher schedule. No, in 8, Alabama would have made it this year. In an 18 playoff, Ohio State would have made it back in 13. I'm just telling you, I don't have a dog in the fight with these guys. I'm a Tiger through and through, but this is just for the sake of conference, of the national championship 18 playoff, okay? All right? So, I think that if you're in the top 8, you're in. Top 8, you're in. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 games. So you have 8 of them. So you have 8 teams in, so you're playing 4 games. So you either add a week on to the end of the season, or you go back a week before. How exciting, right after Christmas, the day after Christmas, if you had to play. You had it stacked one day, 2 games, and the next day, 2 games. And they played each other, and and it shriveled it down to the 4 that we already have that would meet on New Year's Day. You see where I'm going with this? We already have 2 playoff games on New Year's Day. And then a week later, we play the national championship. See, it works if you do the math. Look, I'm telling you, I may not went to that big old school up there in Boston called Mitt, but at the end of the day, I pull my toes off, pull them out, get my piggies out, and I can figure this thing out. So why don't we have it right now? Get our 8 teams in. UCF wouldn't have to hang a fake national championship banner. And Lord knows if they'd actually done good last year. I'm not going to say they would, but I'm not going to say they're not, because those boys did play well and their coach was fantastic. No more skipping Alabama over a number 5 or number 6 team into a number 4. They're going to win it, they're going to win it. And if Ohio State's going to do what they did with the 3rd-string quarterback, no more of having to jump over. You get 8 teams in. Well, Bobby, what about number 9? Number 9, we're sorry. If you couldn't get into the top 8, you're really messed up. You didn't deserve to be there anyway. I know it's not going to be a perfect system, but it would be an ideal system. When we wouldn't have to worry about blowout games between number 16 and 1, number 15 and 2, number 14 and 3, number 13 and 4, and all that bunch of crap. No, we wouldn't have to worry about a bunch of games where injuries may incur and then teams would have to beat with, without their best players. There's a great chance. Also, getting rid of some of these small, crappy games. How many people remembers when Mike Williams hurt himself against Wofford? Did that Wofford game, other than giving them a bunch of money to help them in their football program, help us? No. I know anybody can get hurt in any type of game, but wouldn't you rather get hurt if you're going to get hurt in a game that actually counts? I would. At least I could say if we win this game, it goes towards our conference record and not a bunch of crap against Wofford. Wofford also, cornerback put their helmet in the knee of Roscoe Crosby back, 12, 13, 14 years ago. That didn't help, did it? He's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt at least against a game it's going to count. So get rid of some of these games. We get more games that count. And then for the teams that suck, you get one last game to suck in. I know I'm all upset. I know I'm all for it. I know I seem like something's crawled up in my underwear and died, but it's the truth. We're making this thing way too hard. Give us 8 teams. So, here's what they are saying we can't do. That would be too hard. We can't do that. How are we going to figure this out? The money involved. How are we going to do this? Let me tell you this. When I can get on the ESPN app and I can basically watch any football game in the country, even right down these teeny tiny small schools, you cannot tell me that money has not been involved there in some sort. You would be making more money if you were making an 8-team playoff, and then once they get the smell of an 8-team playoff, then they'll mess it up and make it into a 16 and a 32-team playoff. I don't know about y'all, but the big dance gets kind of boring to me since they started these number 66 and 67 and 68 and 69 and 71 and 74 playoff teams. I know some of y'all going to argue with me, and I don't care. I'm right and you're wrong. The truth is, we'd rather have a playoff system that actually puts teams in there without them having to jump over and wonder what if with the other teams. It would be more money for college football. There would be more excited for college football. And at the end of the year, we would feel better about who we crowned as the national champions. We wouldn't have to worry about jumping a number 6 to a number 4, a number 5 to a number 4. Well, I'm glad I could help you here. I'm going to do another video right after, a couple of days from now, talking about the Wisconsin Badgers. Yes, the Wisconsin Badgers are up there in Wisconsin, Paul Chryst, and what he's doing. Whether they're going to be worth a flip or not. So this is Bobby Dirkens saying you need to go on Instagram. Find me. I'm on Instagram. Sharing the good news every day. Go check me out. And subscribe to me on there. You'll get some good nuggets of wisdom. And you will be thoroughly blessed. Well, this is me saying, figured it out. If you don't like it, you suck as an individual. Bobby Dirkens.